From the very first note, the entire Idol stage fell silent, because what Iam Tongi and James Blunt shared wasn't just a duet, it was pure heartbreak, love, and truth that left judges in tears and made Idol history. Heartbreak musical notes. When Iam Tongi and James Blunt stepped onto the American Idol stage together to perform Monsters, the air in the room instantly felt heavier, quieter, almost sacred, as if everyone watching, both in the theater and at home, knew they were about to witness something far more powerful than just a duet. This was not a flashy performance meant to impress with big notes or dramatic visuals. This was raw emotion, stripped down to its core, and from the very first line, it became painfully clear that this moment would go down in Idol history. Hey Talent Zone fam, get ready for the latest viral talent, shocking performances, and updates that everyone's talking about. Don't forget to subscribe and stay in the loop. Monsters, already known as one of the most heartbreaking songs ever written about a parent-child relationship, took on an entirely new meaning when sung by Iam Tongi, whose own real-life story mirrored the lyrics in the most devastating way imaginable. As the opening chords played softly, the audience fell completely silent, and when Iam began to sing, his voice carried a weight that felt almost unbearable, as if every word was pulled straight from his soul. There was no pretending, no performance mask, just a young man standing in front of millions, pouring out grief, love, and vulnerability in real time. James Blunt watched him closely, visibly emotional, understanding that this wasn't just his song anymore, it was Iam's truth. As the duet unfolded, the two voices blended in a way that felt less like harmony and more like conversation, like a father and son speaking to each other through music, across time and pain. The lyrics hit harder with every line, and the camera cuts only intensified the moment, capturing judges wiping away tears, audience members clutching their chests, and Iam struggling to hold himself together as he sang about growing up, fear, and letting go. When James Blunt joined in more strongly, his voice carried a quiet strength, almost protective, as if guiding Iam through the song, giving him space to grieve while standing right beside him. It was one of those rare television moments where everything else disappears, the competition, the cameras, the votes, and all that remains is pure human emotion. You could feel the collective heartbreak in the room, a shared understanding that this performance was touching something universal, the fear of losing a parent, the pain of saying goodbye, and the love that never fades even when someone is gone. As Iam reached the song's most emotional lines, his voice cracked, not from lack of control, but from overwhelming truth, and instead of pulling away, he leaned into it, letting the emotion live fully in the moment. The audience could barely breathe. Some were openly sobbing, others stared in stunned silence, unable to process what they were feeling. When the final note faded, there was a pause, longer than usual, heavier than usual, before the room erupted into a standing ovation so powerful it felt like an emotional release for everyone watching. Judges stood with tears streaming down their faces, clearly shaken. Lionel Richie called it one of the most honest performances he had ever seen on Idol. Katy Perry struggled to speak, visibly emotional, explaining that moments like this are why music matters. Luke Bryan simply shook his head, saying there was nothing left to say after something so real. Social media exploded instantly. Clips of the performance went viral within minutes, with viewers calling it the most emotional moment in American Idol history. Comments flooded in from people sharing their own stories of loss, saying the duet helped them cry, helped them heal, helped them feel seen. Many said they had never cried so hard watching a singing competition before. Others admitted they couldn't re-watch the performance without breaking down. What made the moment even more powerful was the respect James Blunt showed throughout the performance, never overpowering, never stealing focus, allowing Iam's story to remain at the center. It was a rare example of a legendary artist stepping back to elevate a younger voice, understanding that this wasn't about him, it was about giving someone else a platform to speak their truth. That selflessness only deepened the emotional impact and cemented the duet as something truly special. In the days that followed, the performance continued to spread across the internet, shared by fans, celebrities, and even people who had never watched American Idol before. Many called it a reminder of why live television still matters, why music still has the power to connect people across generations, cultures, and experiences. This wasn't just a song, it was a shared moment of humanity, captured forever. For Iam Tongi, the duet became a defining chapter in his journey, showcasing not just his voice, but his heart, his courage, and his ability to connect with millions through vulnerability. For American Idol, it became one of those once-in-a-decade moments that people will reference for years, the kind of performance that transcends the show itself and becomes part of pop culture history. Even now, long after the episode aired, people continue to discover the duet, leaving comments saying they weren't prepared, that they had to pause the video, that it reminded them to call their parents, hug their loved ones, and appreciate the time they have. That is the true power of what Iam Tongi and James Blunt created together on that stage, a reminder that music isn't just entertainment, it's emotion, memory, and connection. And if this performance touched your heart the way it touched millions around the world, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more unforgettable music moments, and comment below, did this duet make you cry? Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a performance that makes history. Heartbreak Musical Notes 1.